this Mark, this traitor, is not coming with us. Why? He's a young guy, he just made a mistake. No, he's not coming with us. He left us when they were flogging us. Where was he? So he now left us to be, no, I don't like working with people like this. Barnabas said, give him a chance. He said, no. Barnabas said, if you are not going with him, then I will go with him. You go with Silas. And the Bible says two of them. Look at it. There was a sharp contention. Look at it, verse 38. I just tried to summarize that chapter. But Paul insisting that they should not take with them, they should not take with them the one who had departed from them in Pamphylia and had not gone with them to the work. Next. Then the contention became so sharp, so it was an argument, that they parted from one another. And so Barnabas took Mark and sailed to Cyprus, and he eventually died there. And Paul chose Silas and departed. That's where you have in 16, Paul and Silas. So when Barnabas took John Mark, they went, Paul and Silas, also went to, Macedonia, where they were imprisoned, being commended by the brethren to the grace of God. So the brethren understood this contention. That being commended by the brethren is a very important aspect of the conversation. Being commended by the brethren means the contention was so sharp, the brethren could not solve it. So the brethren decided that, okay, you go your own way. You go your own way. The same brethren that I heard God say, separate unto me Barnabas and Saul. That's a breakup. Now, what can you get from this story? I want to show you 5 things there before we start so I can help you if you're hurting. What can we get from this chapter? God's will is a choice. God's will is a choice. What does that mean? Because God said doesn't mean it will work. So don't doubt what you heard. You heard right, but you have coconut head. Are you here? God told me she's the one. You are right. But you didn't do right, so it didn't work. And, a lot of people have a misunderstanding of predestination. And I've tried to explain what that thing means. Predestination is not determinism. Predestination is an appointment that can be a disappointment. When the Bible says he has predestined us, the Bible talks about the Jews being predestined unto salvation. The predestination there is that the Jews were appointed to salvation because they were going to be the first to hear the message of the gospel. Why? Because God came as a man and was a Jew. So God designed that they will hear the gospel first, so they were predestined unto salvation. But the fact that all Jews are not saved shows that predestination is not determinism. God knows what will happen, but doesn't make what happened. I know that Man U won. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I know, like I know my name. You get what I'm saying? We are playing good football right now. For life. Yeah. And I know, like I know my name, that Arsenal will not win the cup. I know. You will see what I'm saying. I don't even need to be a prophet. So if I watch Man U match yesterday and it ended 3-2, remember that God has capacity, because he's eternal, to be in yesterday today and be in tomorrow today. He's everywhere. His time is before him. He's out of time. So God knows if a match is going to happen today and the score is 3-2, God knows that it will end 3-2. But God didn't make them play 3-2. He knows what will happen, but the people that are making that thing happen are agents of free will. If not, if God would determine what will happen, he shouldn't be judging us because he scripted us to be that way. Do you get what I'm saying? If God should judge you for what he made you, why is he judging you? He's unjust. Because your premise for judgment will be, well, I turned out like this because in your script, you said I would be like this. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Everybody has a choice. So if God says stand, and the will of God is that you are standing, as a man, you have the right to say no. So what happened to God's will? It didn't happen. So God's will is not compulsory. It's only a wise choice. The fact that you can obey and disobey shows that God's will is not compulsory. Let me show you another text. The Bible says the will of God is that all men be saved and come to the knowledge of truth. Are all men saved? But it's clear. Another will of God is that in all things give thanks. You know. Finish. Does that So God's will is a choice. God can say Paul and Barnabas will walk, and Paul and Barnabas will not make it work. They can, your marriage, your relationship can be prophesied from the third heavens. If two of you don't come together and want it to work, and you are working with that prophetic word as a stronghold for that marriage, you will scatter that thing. And don't miss this. God can tell you who to marry. It is what it is. That's okay. But God didn't tell Abraham to marry Sarah.